Hey guys, so I know when you're watching this, it'll be the day after the 4th of July. So happy 4th of July to all you guys and gals in the U.S. And thank you to all our soldiers and everything. And everyone else around the world, happy Friday. So today I was set to do a quick first impressions review of the new Too Faced products. Well, the new serum and the new SPF. And this morning I'm a little disheveled because at about 7 o'clock this morning, my dog Lincoln came running in and was thrashing about, bleeding from his mouth, frothing at the mouth, making these whimpering horrible sounds. So I hurried up and threw like a shirt on and went and brought him to the emergency vet, which thankfully is like 10 minutes away from my house. Thank God. Anyway, so I started running through what could have happened to him. Did he get attacked by a porcupine? I've had that happen with my other dog. Did he get attacked by another animal? I had a little fire going, just burning a few sticks and things. And I thought maybe he was in the fire and he ate something, like a hot stick or something. I didn't know, and it was very scary. Thankfully, after I got to the vet, within about 5 minutes, they came out and he had a large stick impaled in his mouth. And thankfully, thank God, it was really quick for them to remove. And they gave him a little bit of sedation and was able to pull it out without doing anything else too much intense. So he got a little bit of sedation, a little bit of pain medicine. But I will tell you, I was more scared than he was. I mean, I was like freaking out. So anyway, that'll wake you up in the morning. So if I look more alert than I normally do, that's probably why. And then we got home, Lincoln and I took a little nap because he had the pain medicine and the sedation going through him. So anyway, thank God all's well that ends well. But you just never know with dogs. So anyway, horrifying, terrible, scary. Thank God it was all okay though, because I'm thinking if he burned his mouth, what are they going to do, you know? So anyway, $217 later, and I would have gladly paid more anyway. Well, not glad. I wouldn't have been happy about it, but anyway. So that was my morning today, but now I've got the new Too Faced products, and I'm going to let you guys know some of my first impressions on them because I've only had about a little over a week to try them out. And the first thing I know I've been asked about them is, for those with acne prone skin, is it okay to try them out because they use coconut in them? And actually, for the most part, I did some just little bit of research, and the serum, actually really the only ingredient that's in there that is potential for acne prone skin is the butylene glycol. Overall, it's very, very safe on the ingredients, and in terms of acne-prone skin, not too much to worry about, although just be careful. You just never know what specific ingredient your skin might react to more, but for the most part, the general ingredients are generally okay for those with acne-prone skin. The serum is pretty hydrating. I have it on. This morning, after I rinsed off my face, I put on my first debut Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum, and then I put on the Hangover Serum, and then after that I applied the Hangover SPF, and then a little bit of Dr. Jart Foundation, and that's about it. So actually, it's super hydrating. The one thing I did notice about it is it has a tendency not to really like set super easily, so it always looks kind of glossy or shiny until you put your next layer on, or until you massage it in a little more. So I don't know if it's kind of your only product that you're going to go for, just make a note of that. But overall, it's super hydrating. It has some good probiotics in there. Not a ton of antioxidants, but it does have a lot of good emollients, moisturizing ingredients, probiotics in there. A little bit of a fragrance, but it dissipates pretty darn quickly. So overall, I was quite pleased with it. I'll definitely be using the rest of this bottle up. Not sure if I'll repurchase it or not, but I do like it enough that I'll definitely use it up. So on to the SPF, because I know that's the other newest product that they came out with. My only real issue that I have with it is that it's an SPF 25. I recommend everybody to use at least an SPF 30 on a daily basis. So an SPF 25 is a little bit lower than what you want to go with. However, in my opinion, like for the Minnesota winter and things, when you're outside for maybe like 5 minutes a day and you're inside most of the time and you only get like 8 hours of sunlight, if it's even sunny, it can be okay. Or you can use a foundation with sunscreen over it. This week I've been trying it out. I've been trying out the Maybelline Urban Dream Cover, which has an SPF 50 over it. And then also my Tarte powder sunscreen, which I think has an SPF 30. So if you're going to layer sunscreen, then it's not as big of an issue. But if you live like in Hawaii or Australia or Florida or somewhere where it's very sunny a lot, this probably isn't going to be enough, and I wouldn't recommend going with it unless you're going to layer it with other foundations or things that contain SPF. But overall, it's got chemical sunscreen ingredients. It has a slight fruity coconut scent to it when you apply it, which is almost nice because I don't really like the chemical sunscreen scent too much. But for fragrance, it dissipates pretty quickly and it isn't a huge issue. But it does work well as a primer, so definitely you can layer it with good foundation and things like that will help. But I really do like the Hangover primer. I have the little bottle because I just used up my last big one, but it's a good one. I like it. It's hydrating, but you know what? Throw some SPF in whenever you can, and you've got a winner. So anyway, so then I thought I'd let you guys know my thoughts quickly about the spray. It's been around for a while, but I just hadn't had a chance to review it. I like using it more for priming. I don't like it as much for setting. For me, it just seems to be a little bit too hydrating to use for a setting spray, and sometimes gives me a little bit, just depending on what foundation I'm using. If I'm wearing like a super matte long-wearing foundation, it's not as bad. But if it's a hydrating foundation, I'm already using a hydrating primer underneath it. It's just a bit too much, but it definitely works better for me as a primer. So, I don't know. I like it. Overall, it's a decent line, and they kind of get more and more into skincare. Too Faced is, so I'm interested to see what else they come out with. I know Tarte's getting more and more into skincare. It seems like all the makeup brands. Urban Decay tried it. Didn't really seem to be super successful, and they had that partnership, I think it was like Scandinavia or something like that. So I don't know, I see that on clearance all the time. But anyway, so I just thought I'd let you know my thoughts quick on it, and I guess the rest of my day. So if I look a little frazzled, that's probably why. So anyway, definitely interested in hearing your guys' thoughts. And whoops, oh no, I don't want to drop that because I don't have to pick it up again. But anyway, so if you guys have had a chance to try it, let me know your thoughts. And otherwise, thank you guys so much, and happy Friday.